A higher angled shot and a weird silver thing on the desk? This can only mean one thing, and you're right. It's time to tinker with me, Idiot Mark. So check it out. I have another Goodwill find today, as you can tell by the sticker. This one cost the princely sum of $7.99. Ooh, I know. Really spending the big bucks today. And it is an ILO DVDR04. So, you see that symbol right there? It's a DVD recorder. And check it out, it's even got Firewire in. Everybody's fave. So, why did I pick up a DVD recorder? The answer to that is quite simple. I like DVD recorders. I think they're very useful. Like, extremely useful. They're so useful that I don't think their usefulness can really be understated in words. They are just that useful. Like, if you give me one of these bad boys, chances are I will find a pretty good use for it. And that's the case for today. Because as you can see, yay, we've got a DVD recorder. Now, I have no idea if this works, and I've done only the most basic of research before pulling this up to show you guys. From the basic research I've discovered, it looks like this has a very easy region-free mode. Unfortunately, to access said region-free mode, it requires the remote. And guess what? The remote never comes with these things. I swear, I don't know why. Why do people have these devices and they just never keep the remotes? What are they doing with the remotes? Are they just throwing them out when they open the box? I don't get it. I really don't get it. But that was weird. My dad's trunk just opened. But yeah, we've got the box. Got the DVD recorder. And I kind of want to take it apart. Well, I guess first I should plug it in and make sure it works. But after that, I want to take it apart, see what's inside, and see if there's anything interesting about it in here. So, as the great Adam the Woo always says, join me, shall you? Okay, we got that high-angled shot at the TV again. But I actually have the DVD recorder hooked up. If you look over on my VCR, you'll see the world's cheapest and like ropiest composite cable in the world. Seriously, this thing is horrible. But it'll work for the purposes of demonstrating this. As for what I'm going to use for the input, I'm going to use this very yellowed and kind of nasty looking Japanese Dreamcast. Supposedly, one of these days, I'm going to reshell that Dreamcast and make it like nice and not horrible. Unfortunately, as it is right now, I mean, like, look at this front shot again. Yeah, it needs some work. I got it in a pack with 2 Japanese Dreamcasts and a game, which I sold the game on because I really didn't want it. I can't play it. It's in Japanese. And that would have been fine, except it was a... Oh, what was that? It was Sakura Wars, one of the Sakura Wars. And not being able to read in Sakura Wars is kind of the kiss of death. Because you need to read to do pretty much anything at all in that game. So, let's start. Okay, I got the Dreamcast hooked up. So I want to test a couple different things here. I'm going to start by turning on the DVD recorder itself and see if it actually does anything. So here goes the smoke test. Alright, I've hit the power. Nothing's happening. That's disappointing. Oh, you know what? It probably helps when you remember to plug it in. On a side note, look at this. It's got this huge... Focus. It's got this huge ferrite on it, and you can, like, move it. We thought that was very weird. Never seen something like that before. But I suppose there's a first time for everything. Oh my word. Alright, that really did not want to go into my power strip. But let's see if it works. Smoke test. around. Aww. Aw, lame. It's not coming on. And normally I would replace the power cable, but it's permanently connected to the back. Oh, that's a shame. Worst part, too, is I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. That's very disappointing. Okay. Well, I'm going to try taking the Dreamcast out and plugging it in where the Dreamcast is. Ugh. Nope. Okay, yep. She's dead, Jim. Well, that's disappointing. Let's switch back to overhead and see if we can figure out what's going on. Okay, we've swapped back to overhead. I have unplugged it from the wall, so no danger of electrocution. Let's take this terrible, cheap composite cable out. Like, seriously, look at this. Look how thin the cables are on that. That's horrible. Ugh. I don't know why I keep that around. Oh, because it's good as a throwaway one for the garage. So the way it's behaving, I'm almost wondering if there was like a blown fuse in it or something. Because honestly, that's kind of how I would expect something to behave if a fuse blew. And from the looks of it online, this is a pretty decent... Okay, I need a bigger screwdriver. But from the looks of it online, this is a pretty decent DVD recorder. Like, back when this was commercially relevant in, like, oh, I don't know, 2006? 2007-ish? Everybody online was like, hey, that's a really good one. They were saying that it was, like, really not picky about what kind of DVDs you put in there. And that was just kind of easy to use. It was affordable. It was like $150 or something when it was new. And I don't know if you noticed, but on this particular one, the plastic on the disc tray was still there. So, I mean, hey, that's pretty good. All right, so it's going to use the big one all around. That's good, at least. But yeah, kind of disappointing that it's not working. I'm really hoping it's going to be something easy, like a blown fuse. Because if it's just a fuse, we can order a new one, put it in there, and, well, call it a day. If it's something more than that, we might have to do some diagnosis work. And I'm not going to lie, units like this are not my specialty. I'm not like an expert or anything, so don't go taking anything I say on the subject of this or any other device here as fact. This is just an amateur having some fun, poking around with some cheap electronics. And if we can make it work, then hey, that's pretty good. Alright, let's see. How do we get the... Oh, okay. It just comes off. Ooh, I see a date sticker. Okay. Get that off. Ooh, yeah, that's a good... kind of thin, but still solid metal. We like this. Is it a date stamp? Not sure if that's a date stamp or not. But it doesn't matter anyway. Because if we look over here on the DVD drive, there's that sticker. And I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I bet even if I bring it... Yeah, you definitely can't see that. It says manufactured June 2004. Okay, cool. So let's take a look, see if we can find anything obviously wrong with it. Because there's also the possibility that this thing is just plain dead. And not a thing that I could do could fix it. So right here, this is our RF modulator. Very useful if you plan to hook it up to an analog TV, which was, kind of what I wanted to do with this. But we'll get into that later. It uses pretty much a mostly off-the-shelf DVD drive from a PC. Like, if you see that, that's just a standard IDE ribbon and a standard Molex power. And then, the tiny little fan in the back here. Oh, how cute. Alright, so let's look at the power supply. Is there a fuse or anything on here that's, obvious that I can test? Ah, yes, there is. Fuse T2AL. 250 volts. Oh, probably that's its tolerance is 250 volts. I was like, wait a minute, is this a European model? But no, it's very clearly not. Unless this was replaced, which I don't think it was. No, that looks too factory. That was definitely not replaced. Although this packing tape in here is from the factory. I mean, you know, it was probably this cheap for a reason. Like when it was new, I mean. And apparently this was exclusively available at Walmart too, so take that as you will. Get my multimeter. And okay. So I'm going to set it to continuity mode. Yep, okay. So this should tell us if we're getting any connection between the two halves of the fuse, and if for some reason we're not, then hey, that's probably the problem. Okay. Can I even get down in there? Yeah, there we go. Okay, no, that's got continuity. So it's not the fuse. What else could it be? Any obviously blown caps in here? Doesn't look like it. Is that an adhesive or did this blow? Did this resistor blow? No, that's definitely. Oh yeah, no, that's just like hot glue or something. So they put it all over the place in here. Well, okay. Maybe this won't be as straightforward as I was hoping. I was hoping that this would be something where I could just pop in, maybe change out a fuse, and away we go. But this might just be dead. At least dead to me. I'm sure other people could probably figure this out, but if I don't see anything immediately obvious here, I might just have to declare it a loss. Yeah, okay. I'm almost wondering if maybe something went wrong with the power supply here. Like maybe it spat out too much voltage one day and fried something on this main board. It's very possible. Very possible. And if you're wondering why I didn't test this at Goodwill, well, I didn't get around to it. Is kind of the answer to that. Well, yeah. Might need to lift that. Okay, so there's the. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. The power for the DVD is just kind of coming off the power supply here, which I guess is a fine way to do it. Does it have? Oh, it does. Okay, so it claims it's outputting 5 volts and 12 volts at 5 and 6 amps 5 and 0.6 amps respectively. So I guess we could test to see if it's doing that. Maybe the problem is it's just spitting out too much current. Oh, wait a minute. There's some unpopulated parts of the power supply over here. A 5-volt line, a couple grounds. I wonder why they weren't used. Let me see something. Okay, yeah, there's nothing tying those. That makes sense. But let's test something obvious like the ground. So that right there should be a ground pin. Let's see, is it tied to... Would be ground over here. Actually, probably be... Is it a hot chassis? Probably not a hot chassis. Okay. I can't really get the pin of the multimeter in there either. It's just a little too big for that. Okay. Well, is it a problem with the cable, maybe? Let's see. Let's lift it up real quick and see if there's anything immediately noticeable. Oh, hey, look. Look how loose that power supply is. I think that'll come out with just one screw. Yep, sure enough. Nope, 2 screws, I'm sorry. There's another one over here. Where's that bigger screwdriver? I don't know why I keep doing that to myself. Mid-2000s cheap electronics. I love the fact that everything uses a very similar screw size. So that means I can just use one screwdriver to do everything. Okay, so let's look in the bottom and see if there's anything obviously wrong here. Okay. I don't see any breaks on the traces or anything. Oh yeah, I'll put a high quality picture here since I imagine my face or my head is probably blocking it. At least blocking what I'm seeing. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently the power supply has its own serial number. I wonder why they did that. Oh. Oh. Are those supposed to be bridged? Let me see something. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. Because it looks like they're all in the same part of the trace. Okay. Oh, that's supposed to... Oh, that's definitely supposed to be connected. Yeah. Okay. So, the white wire is live. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can figure out a way to do this a little better. So, red is touching live. I want to see if it ends up successfully over here. Okay, good. I don't expect it to be over there. I expect it to mostly stay localized over here. Yep, sure enough. All that seems to be going to the appropriate places. Okay, what is that? Okay, that's a rectifier. That makes sense. Although that solder application there is a little messy. It's like really bulbous. So I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. I don't think there's a problem with this power supply, actually. I think it's probably an okay power supply. Which means it's probably a logic failure. And if it's a logic failure, it is outside my ability to repair. Because unfortunately, I mean, look at this. Everything on here is like surface mount, except for these capacitors. And it's not really showing, or at least giving any signs of it being a capacitor problem. So I'm going to have a think about this, and I'll come back to you guys in a bit. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what the fault is here, but there is something I haven't tested yet, and that is this front panel. I think this is just giving it power. So this, in theory anyway, should be where all the commands are. So if I can figure out what is what on here, let me find a good grounding spot for it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm hearing the DVD drive come. Oh, something's happening. The DVD drive tried to open. What the? The fan's spinning. I think it's working. Okay. Okay, hold on a minute. Stop. Okay, hold on. Something I did helped it. Let me put that ribbon back in. I'm almost wondering if maybe just, like pulling out the power cable and putting it back in did something for it. I've seen stranger. But I'm going to switch views real quick, and I'm going to keep the top off, and we'll see what it does. Okay, so... Oh, yes, it's definitely working now. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. Yeah, I'm looking at the front, and it says put CD in. Let me see, can I get a good shot of that? Yeah, see, look. Put CD in. Okay, so that's working. I don't know why it wasn't working a minute ago. I can only guess that maybe, just maybe, that video? Bottom is video. That's an input, isn't it? No, that's the output. So what, does it just not show anything on screen then? I'm gonna try power cycling it. Okay, so I've turned it off, and it shows 12 o'clock. Probably also would help if I changed this to, I don't know if it's line 1 or line, I think it's line 2. Okay. Nothing yet. Let's try line 1. Huh? Okay, no, that's definitely nothing. Huh? Okay. I'm gonna try to eject it. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm looking inside. Okay, so there's not a disc stuck in here or anything. Come on. Come on. Okay, I'll do what it says. It wants a CD. Okay, I'll give it a CD. I'll give it now 5. I'm more just curious to see if it actually plays anything. How do I get it to go back in, though? Okay. It's not liking that. Okay. So the disk drive is definitely flawed in some way. Oh, hold on a minute. Is it reading? I think it might be reading. And see, I can't tell if it's this little vent fan in the back that's doing something. I think it is. Okay, let me try turning it off. Error. Great. Alright. Turn it back on. And yep, once a disc. Okay, I put a CD in. Come on. Any mid-2000s DVD player should be able to play a CD. And whole lot of nothing. Okay. Well, as long as I can get my now 5 CD. Alright, I'm going to swap back to the overhead view. Okay, so we've made a little bit of an update. Like a little bit of progress has been made, that is to say. What we know so far is this is trying to read a disc but failing. I'm not quite sure why it's not displaying over composite, unless maybe it's a toggle setting. So I'm going to try plugging in the green of component and see if that comes up on the TV. I'm not going to switch the video unless it works. So this is more just a, I'm curious, will this do anything kind of moment. And the answer to that seems to be no. Whole lot of nothing. Okay. Well, that's disappointing. So I'm not sure why the output on this isn't working. So the output's not working. The disk drive's not reading. And I'm almost wondering if maybe I'm going to have to do the RF here. I could try that. I do have an RF connection back here. I could steal from the VCR. But it means I'm going to have to move a bunch of stuff that I'd rather not move. Alright, come on. Come on, all you little things up here. Hey, look, RAM. Okay, so where is the RF output? There it is. Okay, my TV's not happy with me, but okay, I can't quite get it out far enough, so I'm gonna have to move this over and see if maybe that's why we weren't getting signal. Maybe I'm almost wondering if this is the type of device that once you set an output, it stays on that output until it forgets, which is usually when the time clock battery dies. But seeing as the time clock battery on this thing is soldered in, I don't think that's going to happen. The other question, is it programmed for channel 3 or 4? Okay, well, my TV is only programmed for channel 3, so that's not going to do us a lot of good. I'll try going to 4. Nope, it went to 2. 4, 3. Okay. Yeah. That's still not working. Okay, let's just pull that back out and give this back to the VCR, shall we? Yeah, that didn't quite go the way I hoped it would. Talk about the understatement of the century.
Ooh, is it on?
It finally decided to turn on, but at what cost? And now I can't get it to recognize this. Come on. Channel 3. Channel 3. Really? Alright, so I'm gonna have to set that back up in a moment. That's just great. Channel skip off. Okay. Off. And exit. Three. Okay, I'm gonna have to mess with that later. I don't feel like messing with that right now. But that means this is still kind of our greatest unknown. Is what exactly is going on here that's causing it to only partially work like this. It would help if I knew why it started working earlier, because the kind of random, oh hey look, I'm working now, got me a little worried. But at the very least, it confirms the power supply is good, which I thought it was. And it's looking like, to me anyway, that there's a bad belt on this DVD drive. Well, possibly more than one. I guess we'll have to see. Shut up, phone. Alright, I at least want to get my Now disc back. So let's, oh no, what's it stuck on? What is it stuck on? Ah, there we go. Okay, now it's stuck on this side. Nope, there we go. And, yep, there we go. I can get my Now disc back. Hooray! So yeah, look at this. It never started the process to raise the drive up to read the disc. Why is the question I have. Why did it not do that? Was it being cretinous? Possibly. So I'm going to try powering it on with the DVD lid off and see what it does. Okay, it's plugged in. It says hello. Okay, oh, look at that. It's trying to eject. It's trying to come back. Okay. Are you going to try? What if I raise that manually? Okay. What if I hit eject? Do you get the eject signal at all? Okay. What if I unplug this? Plug it back in. Anything? Nope. Okay, what about the ribbon here? Okay, so the ribbon kills the power. Put it back in. Okay, it's back up enough to read the LCD, but definitely not back enough to have any of the front panel buttons work. And the laser still isn't even trying. Oh, no, hold on a minute. Okay. It responded to my eject. No, it didn't. It aired out because it wants a disc. Okay, instead of risking my Now 5 disc, let's risk this burned copy of Zebrahead broadcast to the world. I have a real copy of that now. I don't have to worry about it. Alright. Can I suggest that it takes it back? Sorta? Okay. I'm going to power it off. Plug it back in. Okay, it's starting up. It's trying to take that disc. It's not happy about it. Okay, so can I get it to... No? Okay. Okay, so things we've learned so far. Number 1, power supply is good. Number 2, disk drive is questionable. Number 3, something on this circuit board isn't happy because there's no video output and the commands from these front panels aren't working. Power's not working. Eject is... No, actually, power is working. I'm sorry, power is working. And it sounds like eject is trying to work. But either that's a very tired motor, okay. Okay. No, stop trying to reject the disc. Just take it. Just take it. Just take it. Okay. Not even gonna try? You don't feel like it? Oh, good grief. Okay. So that's interesting. That is interesting. So some of the front panel buttons do seem to work, but something in the video output circuitry is not happy. And it's looking like I'm probably going to have to take this board out and go over it with a fine-tooth comb. That's not something I'm willing to do at the moment. So I think I'm going to take a break. For you guys, it'll... Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, out comes broadcast to the world again. Okay, so the eject is actually getting better the more I'm using it. Which actually, hold on a minute. While it's open, how do the rails feel? Ooh, they feel rough. Oh yeah, those feel really rough. Ugh. I might have to apply some lithium grease to those. Because yeah, that is yeah, it should not be this rough. That ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like how that feels. And you can see the remnants of some lithium grease right there. Maybe I'll try that real quick and see if I can at least get it to, respond that way. If I can at least get the disk drive to start working, then I'll have some motivation to continue this instead of just declaring this dead in the water, you know? So let's just go ahead and clean it off. Get any old grease off. Well, not much grease, but, what there was, let's get it off. Get that remaining alcohol off. Oh, I'm getting a bunch of cotton in there. Okay. Yeah, not a whole lot of lithium grease on that. Fortunately, I do have some. Let me go get it. Okay. Lithium grease. This stuff, oops. Dropping the lid's not going to help anything. But this stuff should, and I do mean should, help lubricate these rails here. Just a little bit. Oh, that was way too much. Oh, good grief. Paper towel. Oh, good grief. Yeah, that was way too much. Oh, dear. But hopefully that was enough on the rail. And I'll spray the... Okay, I'm going to change my tactic here. I'm going to try spraying the tiniest amount on a Q-tip. Alright, I'm going to do this off camera so I can aim easier. Oh, geez. Yeah, good thing I did that off camera. You probably can't tell, but that is a lot. And really, I probably just put too much on. But... Oh yeah, that's moving much more freely. Okay, let's clean up some of the excess here. Especially around the laser. Oh boy. Probably should have had some kind of protection on the laser when I did that. Live and learn, kids. But I mean, to be fair, this thing's already not working. If I mess it up, what, is it just not going to work even more? So let's see if now that I've done that, if that helps anything. I doubt that specifically will help anything, but maybe something will happen. So yeah, that eject is still rough. No. Come back in. Okay. Yeah, see, it's not even... The fact that it's not even seeking when this is closed concerns me. Either it's not registering that it's closed, or... Okay. Yeah, so either it's not registering that this is closed, which is entirely possible, I will admit, or, and I think a much more likely alternative, is the logic that drives it is not working. So, as much as it kind of sucks to say, I think this project's dead in the water. I think I got to cut my losses here and say, well, you can't win them all. I could keep working on this CD drive to at least see if I can get that to read anything. But frankly, with the video output not working, I don't see much of a point in fixing that. I mean, I guess if I wanted to sell it on, I could pursue that, but I think this thing's just e-waste, honestly. Which does suck. I do like a good, oh dear. I like a good DVD recorder. I really, truly do. But this one's just not having it. And sometimes when electronics are ready to die, this is how they'll behave. No matter what you do, no matter how much you coax them, they want to be dead, and you kind of got to just respect that. Trying to force them to come back to life is only going to, make more misery down the road. And that's not something a lot of people like hearing, especially a lot of the tech people on YouTube. They have this mentality of, we're going to fix something whether it wants to be fixed or not. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. You can try that. But to me, when a piece of electronics like this, especially one that I got from Goodwill for, the princely sum of $6, ooh. But when you got something like this that's just so clearly ready to go, you probably should just let it go. I might pull the power supply out because it does seem to work. And see if anybody wants that. Might chuck that. Might check the power supply up on eBay. See if anybody needs that to repair theirs. But this one, it would need a new logic board, and it would need a new disk drive. And by the time I paid for all of that, honestly, I may as well just get another one of these. You can still buy these brand new in box on eBay for like $200 or so. So if this doesn't work, this doesn't work. I'm going to be much more likely to just get one of the brand new ones. And that, at least that way I'll have the remote, because that's another thing you'll need for this too. And those remotes don't come cheap. For whatever reason, people want to charge a small fortune for the remotes. And yeah. So I think I'm going to part this out, pull anything that's useful out of it, try and sell on the power supply, and call it a day. What are you going to do? Sorry to everybody who was hoping to see this be a success story like the last couple, but this is an important lesson as well, that sometimes you just got to cut your losses and, swallow your pride. So on that bittersweet note, I'll see you guys later. Stay well, and see you next time.